This is our Savage Worlds homebrew campaign setting, set in a sci-fi universe, humanity in the 28th century. And today we're going to be probably jumping into we're going to be jumping into a story. Actually, we left off last week where we had one player character. Sorry, not player. He's actually with us. Player character left off in a coma-like state, but we'll let the other players do the recap after we introduce our actually after can't talk, throat's dry. Don't worry, I don't have the corona. And we'll do the player introductions, sorry, the character introductions, and then we'll have them do the recap. So Jeremy, why don't you start us off and then just go down the line, fellas, and so we'll do it. So Jeremy, go ahead.
Okay, I am playing Levi Roosevelt. He is the captain of this crazy team, sort of a cowboy who's a clone, and we just delivered some crazy artifact in a box, and then, I don't know, other weirdness happened that we'll get into. And Levi likes to shoot stuff and is getting much more comfortable with being the captain of this ship. So, Cliff.
So I'm playing Aston Courtney. He is a. I need to come up with a better description for what he is, but he is a sort of short-tempered, silver-tongued, spoiled rich kid, for lack of better terms.
I would slide Gunslinger in there myself because he's pretty good with the gun.
Well, I was going to say he's even better than Levi with the gun. That was going to be the next point that I was going to make. Just to one up him because that's his nature. And and he sort of stumbled upon the group, formed a sort of fealty with them, and then his company got his father's company that he owns sort of worked out a deal with the company that the group was already working with, Astra Unum, and he is now a permanent fixture, permanent tag-along, if you will. So short-tempered, silver-tongued gunslinger.
Very cool. Also, tell them about your other channel.
Sure, yeah. So, Quests and Cliffhangers is the Twitch name. I run an interactive Dungeons and Dragons 5e stream every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern, where the chat literally gets to interact and change the storyline. And we're currently running a weird campaign where people are finding the players are finding this artifact that has these sort of unique powers embedded in with it, all while trying to deal with the gods falling and a new pantheon being created and vampires seizing the opportunity and coming to the surface. So there's a lot going on right now.
It was a very cool session I caught last time.
Thank you, man.
Yep.
And also, gonna do it, and then do it.
What?
There it goes.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for helping me out. And 3 months in a row. Thank you, Cliff. Definitely use the money. Helps pay for the Zoom at least. Okay. So, Matt, tell us who you're playing, buddy. Also, Cliff, why don't you drop a link in the chat? Hopefully the Autobot don't block it. I need to actually create a command so I can throw it in there. Matt, go ahead.
I am playing Arthur Haeckel. He is a young scientist and inventor. And we just arrived at the space station where his sister has been doing research work. So it'll be interesting to see where that leads.
Yeah, that's right. We also need to throw a link in there for your fantasy art, too, and your illustrations and stuff, too. That'd be sweet. So, because you got some beautiful stuff over there.
Thank you.
Yeah, so Shaun, why don't you tell us who you're playing then?
So I am playing Spencer. He is the team's stowaway, who also has psychic abilities. He's also on the run from the Tandu Clawbus, who's kind of in witness protection. Let me see. Currently, he's 15 years old. He's kind of bonded with the crew to the point where they're sort of like family he doesn't. So,
Does he see them as a family now? I'm curious.
I would say some of them.
Some of them. Okay.
Some of them. I don't know. I mean, I think he probably sees Levi as a father figure. I haven't really figured out how he views everybody else.
Interesting. Okay.
But
interesting. Okay.
He doesn't view them as mortal enemies, at least. So.
That's true. That's true. Does he see them? What about Matt and Cliff's character Acid? Does he at least see them as friends yet?
So
it seems like Aston might be that big brother, borderline bully. I don't know. We'd have to see.
It's interesting, actually. You missed the end of last session. You might lean towards Big Brother if you had seen how Aston acted at the end of last session. But your character was, unfortunately, in some kind of like coma-like state. So, all right. So why don't we have Cliff, Jeremy, and Matt kind of recap last session. I know the better part of last session was a space fight, and then the last half was a bit more story.
Space dogfight, alien planet, psychic coma. Done.
He doesn't want to elaborate on what happened with the space coma. But
those are the cliff notes of what just happened.
Yeah.
I was wondering why I didn't.
Should we start with the cliff notes every time? Just the cliff notes, make that a thing. All right. But no, they only got in a space fight because they tried to convince the pirates, the wolves, that they had zombies on the ship.
Mm-hmm.
No,
that they had fought zombies, which is just a ridiculous idea. Like, who the fuck thinks that anyway. Zombies are a thing?
We only fought because we let Levi do the talking.
Asinine.
I almost got us out of that.
And he was only suffering a -6 penalty. Because that's just such a ridiculous idea.
Well, I seem to recall somebody accidentally pressed the emergency beacon button, which sent out a call across the system.
Yeah.
May or may not have drawn them to us.
That's a good point as well.
I was helping.
Yeah, you definitely helped, yeah. But, and then you see, look at this diseased, dead body. And then you hold up a dead body that's got a bullet hole and brain splatter all in it. It's like, nah. So it was pretty funny. I was sitting there thinking, when are you guys gonna remember that was a zombie that you blew the brains out of? So, but anyways, that was pretty fun. I thought that was interesting. But the combat encounter went a little longer than I hoped, but we figured it out. We got it figured out. Once we figured out how missiles worked, and we kind of figured out some of the mechanics of how. Rolling wasn't working quite right because of the fact that Levi was still the pilot, even when Aston rolled and all that kind of stuff. But we figured it out because just various fantasy. We just had to figure out Fantasy Grounds and how it has to work.
Exactly.
So, but now I got to figure it out because all of you each have under your vehicles, under your weapons tab, you all now have weight 0 weapons that are the weapons of the ship. So. Just if you ever need to use the shooting rolls for the weapons on the ship, you'll just roll those. Okay. All right. And that's the way it'll work. All right. And Levi is still considered the pilot. And you all have the vehicles tab. You all have the ship. There are some modifications to the ship from last session because Savage Worlds apparently made a book that I wasn't aware of. well, the vehicle guide. And I wanted to kind of use that as a guideline. It's a very small book, but I wanted to use that as a guideline for making the rest of my book, vehicles. And the only way I could do that was to bring our current ship more in line with those ships. Otherwise, I was going to be modifying the rest of the ships for all eternity. So here's how I did it. Essentially, to keep your vehicle at roughly the same handling it was before, I had to lower its overall toughness and armor. But on the plus side, because technically your ship is now gargantuan, because it was classified as a light freighter, you actually gained one more wound now. So that's a plus. So now your ship has 4 wounds instead of 3. So now vessels get more wounds based on their size. So, I mean, that's the way Savage Worlds works, just in general, on size scale, basically. So, like, a little small ship gets only a certain amount of, like, some fewer wounds, and then bigger ships get a lot of wounds. So, just like a dragon gets a ton of wounds because it's just bigger, like, ships get more wounds if they get. So, that's just basically it. So yeah, the ship gets 4 wounds before it gets taken out, and that's how it works now. So yeah, just kind of look it over, and you can kind of see kind of what I kind of listed things more clearly on it. Is essentially the big difference I made. Like I explained that your bonus to the advanced flight system is what gives you your bonus to handling. I just didn't write it on there before. Now it's on there. You had it before, but everything should be the same, you know. I mean, your handling is +0, but it would have been -1 if it wasn't for the advanced flight system. Artificial intelligence is still on there, of course. It's just more clear about what it does. I put the point defense system on there. I think it was on there before, actually. No, I think I modified that. I actually custom made that. That's actually a good thing for y'all, actually, though. That's pretty cool. Any of you can basically spend a Benny to activate that one. Maybe we talked about that last session. Maybe I. Anyways, we won't get lost in the weeds on that one. First, we'll hand out advances, because you guys will start this game with another advance. So let me do that. And so everyone will get an advance. We make sure we got the whole party filled up. And how many advances is everyone at? I think
6.
Yeah,
6. So 6 is the correct number. So let's see. Shaun. Okay, so Shaun is at 6. He's at the right number. I'm just making sure everyone is at 6. Yep. Okay. And so I'm just going to hit the advance button. Well, it'll work. All right. One more, and you guys will be veteran, really. Wow. Has it been that long? And then you guys get your adventure deck cards. And Benny's reset. Okay. Go ahead and figure out what you want to do with your advance.
So I had a question, Shane.
Yeah.
The short version is for the seasoned thing, it improve an attribute once per chunk, like seasoned, novice, veteran. Previously, I had put it into agility, and I'm going to ask if would you mind me, instead of retroactively taking it out of agility, putting it into spirit, and then I can start down the leadership edge command.
You're just retraining it, basically?
Yeah, I don't think I rolled a straight agility check. I might have last time with all the piloting business, but I know that I didn't, like, none of my skills are above a D, like the next level down. It's not above the D10 that it would be taking it back down.
You brought your agility last time up to a D12, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because I didn't know really what else to do. And so I just was like, I don't know, this one. I shoot and pilot a lot. But after then reading the leadership stuff, I thought, oh, that'd be kind of cool to do.
Okay.
But
yeah, I'll allow you to retrain it. Sure, that's
okay.
fine. I'm cool with that.
Thank you.
Yeah. I actually don't ever suggest someone having a D12 in an attribute, honestly. I mean, unless there's some like ridiculous reason why you want it.
Well, and that's kind of where I was at. Of like, I don't know, I'll just put it to.
Surely there's an edge or something you'd rather have than having an attribute
exactly
at that high. You must have some like a ton of skills at D12 to must want to have an attribute at D12. So, in my opinion. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and agility would probably be the one to take because it's got a whole bunch of skills.
Yeah, if you had a lot of skills at D12 that were agility based, I mean, then I would be like, sure.
But
or like 2 or 3. Sure. Yeah.
It's in command. Okay, thank you.
Okay, so when we start the session, I think it'd be good to start with Spencer. Spencer, you open your eyes, but you open your eyes and you still see darkness. Make a spirit roll. Fear sets in. For a moment, you think you're blind. What do you do? You've been sleeping or unconscious or something like that, and it's been restless. You feel like you've been having nightmares for almost an eternity.
Levi! Aston! Arthur!
Aston, you're 15 feet away, and he has it on his head.
And is he actually screaming out?
Yeah, he's yelling for you and Levi.
Yeah. I mean, first thing I would do is yell for the doctor and then run over to him, kind of put a hand on his shoulder, like, "Hey, we're here. Are you okay? Are you okay?"
Why can't I see anything?
Someone get the doctor in here. He can't see.
He's got the.
Arthur would have explained how it works.
Oh, I don't think that I realized. I thought we were saying it was just a little.
Yeah.
Oh,
y'all can sure. What is it? Just a little thing? I was giving you a chance. I was just giving you a chance to fuck with him. But
that's great. So if that's the case, then
yeah.
As soon as he says he can't see, just kind of like thump on it.
Okay.
Okay, now I'm hearing something.
Take his hand, forcefully put it on his own face. It's a mask, you idiot.
God, take it off. What's going on?
Well,
the doctor runs into the room at this point.
Do you want the abridged version or the medical version?
We have a doctor?
Okay, the abridged version. We went to an alien planet and it did something with you because of the psychic waves.
Space station.
And it put you... Space station. And it put you in a coma. So we commandeered some medical equipment and took back off away from the source to see if it would bring you back. Doctor, please see if you can explain this better to him.
she steps forward, and first she's more concerned with readings and that kind of stuff, and she goes over and puts her hands on your neck and stuff like that, and checks your pulse and that sort of stuff. It looks like she's not really the most concerned for bedside manner at this point, and she just says, "Calm down." And then she puts her hand on your wrist, and she says, "You're fine now, I think." The readings in the helmet, it seems to be working. The minute he woke up, he started producing active psychic energy. It seemed to be blocking any outside. But, well, it seemed to be operating correctly, but there wasn't any outside energy coming in. So, I mean, the helmet's functioning properly, but I mean, the only way to know if it's working properly, though, is if we went back to the station. But, I mean, he seems fine. So, I mean, he's out of the coma. Everything seems to be right. Blood pressure's fine. Pulse is fine.
In a coma?
Do you remember anything?
How long have I been in a coma? What year is it?
It's been 5 years. You've been in the coma for like 10 hours.
And 13 minutes to be precise. But look, do you have any memories about the coma? Dreams? Nightmares? Do you? It's up to you. It's up to you, honestly. Role play. If you did, it would be nightmares.
Yeah. I'm like clearly like covered in sweat.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm just like, yes, it was pretty bad. Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember a lot visually. I just remember feeling terrified, like just feelings of dread and just I've never felt like that before. I mean, I've been scared, but Jesus.
Do you feel stronger?
No, I don't.
Most victims of the long nightmare, the original long nightmare, they tend to recall some of their dreams over the years to come. So don't be surprised if you have these nightmares again over the following months. Unfortunately, they'll become more vivid, probably, and you'll have recollections of them. And then perhaps you could talk them over with friends and such, and then you could recall more details about them. Most people, from what I've heard, can recall memories of alien creatures, horrifying imagery, things like that. Very foreign, inhuman stuff. It's very interesting things, what we've learned about the long nightmare. But that's essentially what you went into, a very shortened version of it. So it's quite interesting, in fact.
All right, get on comms. Arthur, Spencer's up. Did you not build eyes into this helmet?
Apparently not.
I'm worried.
It
has cameras.
it has a camera.
Yeah, it has cameras. He just didn't have it switched on.
You gotta press the switch on the side.
You have to say, "Let there be light."
Oh God.
It wouldn't work very well if it was, disrupted by a, piece of glass, right? So, yeah.
Okay, so I've had a long nightmare. We have a doctor who apparently has zero bedside manner.
No cannons whatsoever.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not your doctor, so I'm only here temporarily. So,
I'm gonna pick up a little hand mirror, like show it to him. Like, but look how badass you look.
With my helmet.
It looks like a garbage can on his head with a bunch of contraptions attached to it.
We'll paint some flames on the side later.
I'm taking this off. I need a sensory deprivation, not this shit. Okay.
Look, you only need that as long as you're in the space station.
I have to wear that when I'm in the space station.
You're on the spaceship with us, though.
So it's your call if you want to go back down there or not.
No,
You can always take one of the shuttles.
no, I'm not going through that again.
But the other piece of it is the space station is owned by Anthony Wright, and we had to deliver the artifact there. So we're kind of still needed there.
Oh, God.
Are we needed on the station? Didn't they have a planet they want us to find some people on, don't they? And
Yes,
then
Arthur and his sister want to go excavating on an alien planet.
They sent a research team, and the research team has not reported back, seemingly has disappeared.
And to Arthur and his sister, that sounds like we should go investigate.
It's an alien, well, we're not sure what.
An alien outpost, perhaps.
Yes.
Having the strangest
Scientific
sense of deja
discovery,
vu.
everyone.
There was a alien artifact that someone was sent to, and then no one responded, and then we went there and they were all dead.
We'll be careful.
we'll all be wanting to wear helmets then to prevent spike impalement to the cranium.
We'll get to cracking, Arthur.
Well, if
Maybe
there's
I
any
can make it
other,
look cooler.
if there's any other business we need there, so sidebar, do we have room in the shuttle to be able to take all this medical equipment back? Or are we going to have to take the ship back anyway?
I mean, you could just send one of you back with the doctor, and you could probably fit all the medical equipment in there. Just as long as you don't
that's an
like all
option,
try to
or-
squeeze in there.
I know this is a lot of shit that we're dropping on you just when you wake up, but
Or if we're going to go check out the place, does the doctor want to come with and bring the medical equipment in case there's injured? Well, y'all haven't heard from him.
I have assistants on my team that might be more suitable for that purpose. But you're welcome to take one. I mean, of course, it'd be volunteer only, of course, but
Sure.
that's beyond their purview. But perhaps one of you would like to call up Arthur's sister. Check my notes real quick to see what her name was again. Sorry, Adira.
Adira.
Yes, and continue discussing this matter with her. And I'll go ahead and start loading up medical supplies now that Spencer is awake and seems fine into your landing shuttle.
no,
Sounds
I'll
like
pass.
Hey, I have other ideas, GM says, about what to do next in the story if you guys don't want to do the planet idea. I'm always ready, bitches.
I want to ask about Devin, because I know that was something that my character was going to do last game.
Oh yeah, we were going to wait until you got back
Yeah.
to deal with that.
Yeah, out of character, I just didn't want to resolve it unless you were here.
Yeah, no, that's fine. So I can spend the Benny if you want.
So in character, you just guys haven't come up with a solution yet.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So, yeah. So
That's
part of
something
my-
you two guys want to toil away at. We can do that. But it's going to be more than spending a Benny. Because a Benny is a one-time, like, in-session thing. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's fine. I
Yeah.
was just gonna say, just spend it if you need me to, in addition to doing all the skill checks and all the other stuff that we need to do.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So,
And why were we leaning towards spending a Benny? Was that like you were thinking like make a declaration?
well, yeah. So
That's
we
the
were thinking
purpose.
we were last game at the beginning of the next session when our bennies sort of repopulated.
You're thinking like using like make a declaration to say like maybe he like
We
some
were
fragment of him survived somehow, and you're going to try to rebuild him somehow from a fragment or something like that.
yes.
Okay.
Or we would be able to at least find something.
Yeah. Okay, that was the idea. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. And so maybe we see you take the helmet off, and maybe do we see you go to a computer and immediately
Yeah,
get
so I'll
back
take
to the
the helmet
task
off
you
and
were
like-
on? Maybe.
Yeah. So I'll say that's the last thing I remember.
Sure. Sure.
Was Spencer. I was typing, and
You
then
were
waiting.
doing that when the ship got attacked. Like we had
Yeah.
you not involved in the combat encounter because we were
Mhm.
you were all the way down your personal hold, like in the personal
Mhm.
quarters, and like by the time you made it back up to the front of the ship, like we were like maybe you just weren't involved in the combat encounter just because you were just behind, and so
Mhm.
so maybe you're just like deep in that. So sure.
Okay. Yeah. So I was. So I say. Well, the last thing I remember was like I think I found a file. Did he? Is Devin online?
Repeat that. I didn't hear you.
Is Devin online? I just asked the guys. I'm like, no, guys, I swear I found a file right before whatever happened and I went into a coma. I think I found him. Like, is he Devin? Devin?
So you start
I
trying to
haven't heard
find that
anything.
file.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I'm like Devin.exe. I found it.
Okay, sweet. Okay, so spin the Benny.
Okay.
And you find a file that it looks like it looks like it's more like something like this. It just looks like it's garbled.
Mm-hmm. What the hell? Oh, yeah.
But just something about it just made you think. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Just caught your eye.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Because it just doesn't look like somebody would have named a file like that, and it might be corrupted.
Sorry, I was learning how to type.
Can I make like a hacking roll or whatever to see if I can determine what it is, or
Sure.
if I even want to play around with it?
Let me hold on before you do that. Oh no! Oh. Okay. All right.
You held shift
okay.
and delete.
It's super fun. No, it's
Oh
even
my
more.
god. Oh fuck. Oh.
A support roll wouldn't help a critical failure, right?
Oh my god.
I know the only thing I couldn't have rolled. God damn it!
Oh my god. Oh, I love it.
This is Devin signing off.
Whoops.
Oh jeez. Casey, open the file. And basically the equivalent of like Notepad++, basically, right in the future. And it just looks like garbled mess, right? And you start typing away at it, right? Start trying to figure out what you can make of it. And you start trying to decode it and decrypt it. And we'll go back to everybody else. So Matt, so you're gonna reach out to is Arthur gonna reach out to Adira?
Yeah, he was going to say, yeah, I'll contact my sister, but I do
I'm thinking maybe probably the captain might want to be there as well. So this is probably related to the ship.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I was going to say. Levi should be there as well. Although, going back to Spencer's stuff, I think we had like 12 days of travel. So part of that, Arthur would have been helping Spencer try to recover Devon.
Okay.
Okay. So, anyway.
Good point. Okay. So maybe you guys found this file maybe a few days ago, and you guys have been working on it for a while? Is that a good way to do it?
Yeah.
Okay, sure. And so you guys have been working on it together in your spare time, right? Okay. All right. Good idea. Okay. Cool. All right. So Levi and Arthur go together to contact Adira. You going to use a video communication from the telemetry center?
Yep.
Sure.
Okay. All right. You call back to the space station. Your sister, with her sandy brown hair, kind of lithe frame, in her the Wright Industries Astra Unum uniform. She has patches for both. Answers on the comms. And there she is standing in front of you, video communication. Two-way. First time you've communicated to her in two-way video in ever, actually. You're usually in totally different systems. No delay. And she's there, and first thing she says is the boy. Is he okay?
He's fine now. We should be able to bring him on the station now.
Good. That's great. Wonderful news. What can I help you with?
Why are we calling again? This is about the missing research team, I believe. Right, Levi?
Yeah, you want help finding a research team. We need repairs to the shuttle. Then this is
how about the shuttle? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we'll also eventually need fuel to leave. We might need fuel now because it was a long way to get here. I remember that. But so, and I always forget where to check that.
I think you fueled up when you got here.
I think we did. That's what I was.
Yeah.
Okay. So if we did that,
she says, we have a team that can try to make repairs on your landing shuttle.
Okay.
As long as they're minor, of course. We only have limited supplies, but we'd be happy to offer assistance.
I think it needs a whole front windshield kind of a situation.
That shouldn't be that difficult.
So and we're gonna obviously send back the medical equipment since Spencer seems to be of an atom already. So I guess we'll go take a look for this team in the big ship and see what we can find. If y'all will repair the shuttle and wait, I don't have an and. I don't know.
Wonderful. So you've decided to take on the search for us.
Well, or at least we can do a little bit.
Well, since
I don't know.
You've agreed
Can't promise anything.
Since you've agreed to take on the search for us, before we take on another mission, let me wire the credits to you for the first job, for delivering the artifact, of course. Also, this is from Astra Unum. from higher up, of course. It's not from me, but
Sure.
so anyone with a let me check. Hold on. I believe all of you guys will receive this wealth. Anyone with a D8 or lower will receive this payment. So anyone with a D8 or lower will go up by 1 wealth die.
Woohoo!
And if
Or
we
you
put
can
it
put it
in
in savings.
Savings. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We do that.
Okay, so if you put it in savings, essentially you will go to your inventory page, and you could just by savings just increase it from 1 to 2. If you have it in 1, increase it to 2, or if you don't have anything in savings, just put 1, and then just like Aston doesn't have anything there, you just put here. I'll put
Just under currency?
yeah. I just wrote savings for you, so
Oh, gotcha.
yeah. And essentially, savings is like a one-time only thing you could spend to give you a +1 bonus to a wealth roll.
No, I'll just take my.
Yeah, because it's just basically, usually it's for like if your wealth is already capped at D12, you can kind of, and also too, because like sometimes a paycheck can't be given to you because your wealth is already so high. So
I aspire to have that problem one day.
yeah. So, well, because like a payment is so low, right? So, because having a D12 is basically like running around with 20,000 credits. So like D8 is like only receiving like 4,000 credits in payment. Okay. All right.
So another question, which is going to be relevant at some point. The power armor
Yes.
that we pulled in, that needs repairs or something, right? And I know it didn't have a
You
helmet.
made the repairs. You just need a helmet.
Okay, just need to get a helmet.
Yeah, you
Cool.
can equip the armor now if you want to.
Sweet.
Let's have Arthur make one.
Yeah, I can totally
Nope.
make a helmet. I made one for Spencer just now, recently.
No.
I'm poking my head in the telemetry center and be like, hey, we're out of cereal. I think we're gonna have to get some rations.
You remember where the rations come from, right? Your favorite planet.
No, real rations.
I don't think you understand what the word rations means.
Rations means not
Rationing.
that shit.
You're halfway down on rations right now. But you're out of his cereal. He's not happy about it.
Levi, you know I get cranky if I don't have my cereal.
And I get cranky the more you talk to me. But yes.
See, you say that, but I know it's not true. You're always cranky because you're old.
It's not because I'm old. It's because of all of you people.
Okay, but we need more cereal. Thank you, Captain. He walks away.
Love it. Okay.
And so, I lost a train of thought. Now I'm thinking of a helmet as a cereal bowl. How the hell did that happen?
You could do that.
Are you going to use your heavy armor helmet as a cereal bowl? Your very expensive power armor helmet as a cereal bowl?
No, I need to get a helmet to go with the power armor so that somebody else can wear the other tactical armor that I was wearing before we end up on the search and rescue mission where we get attacked by aliens.
Ah, okay.
That is where that original
you can
going.
go back to that space station and see if you can get power armor helmet. So,
or even just like, I mean, I have a battle helmet.
Yeah.
Battle helmet. God, words.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So.
Yes.
Well, that brings up another point. Adira, what is the the environment like on this planet? I mean, are we going to need weather gear? Or...
Well, our telescopes have done a look at the surface, and from our look at it, we believe that you're looking at a pretty cold environment. It looks like it's pretty Arctic. The whole planet looks like it's now fallen below, like just on the edge of the habitable zone, and it looks like the last 3,000 years have kind of turned a bit on the cold side. So I mean, it's still sustainable as far as floral life, but it's definitely on the colder side. So you definitely want at least insulated EVA suits. We can't tell with our readings, of course, from this distance. I mean, because we're looking at telescopic images. We can't tell if it's got, like, as far as, like, an atmosphere, and we can assume, based on the terrestrial imagery from our, like, high-res scopes, that it is, and does have an atmosphere, because it does have terrestrial, it does have floral life. So... But it does seem to be very cold. So we assume it has oxygen. So, and it is cold. So I mean, insulated EVA suits or cold weather outfits.
Okay.
But we don't know how cold. So
Did the research team didn't like call back once they landed and send you any sort of
we
data
don't even know if
on
they
the planet?
landed. We don't even know if they landed.
Oh, I see.
How long ago was this?
3 weeks ago? No, sorry, you guys went out. It was like, I think it was like, they picked it up They found it in the archives of the space station like a day after. He reached out to Arthur, so it was probably like, I don't know, like 3 weeks ago. So
you've had a missing team for 3 weeks and never went after.
They don't have any ships.
What?
He's only a billionaire. He can't buy ships.
What? He's stranded y'all all out here without any ships. He being crap. What is the
No.
guy's name?
They have
Anthony
ships
Wright.
that come back and forth for supplies, but it's not their mandate to like explore other. You know what I mean?
They're just here for the
Yeah,
station.
3 weeks does sound ridiculous. Sorry, I come up with that number on the supply. Like probably, I don't know. I'd say like say like less than a week ago.
Okay.
I didn't really think
that's
about the amount of time, but I mean, it's not their
How
mandate.
long does it take
that
to
make
get
sense?
there?
I mean, it's subspace travel. The space, it's just turned into a red dwarf system. Probably about 2.5 days, probably.
Oh, okay, yeah. Then
Okay.
3 weeks is absurd.
Yeah, I might just come up with it on the fly, but
Yeah, well,
I wasn't expecting as the GM to be asked that question, but yeah.
so a plot appropriate amount of time,
Yeah.
at least.
Yeah.
Okay, not like I'm
Yeah.
gonna have a conniption.
Yeah, it's
because
not.
They've been
There's not a plot hole. There's not like a mystery to be found in that. I'm not.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's where I was headed.
Yeah,
with
you're not.
that.
You're not expect. There's not a mystery to be found in that. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Rolling back brain. So.
Yeah.
Coat. Special whiny pants cereal. Windshield for the shuttle. Hey Arthur, and this is me asking the GM. Is that sensor suite in the power armor working, and is it gonna help us find life signs or the like?
There's a
Or do
sensor
we
suite
need
in
to-
your powered armor.
Well,
Nice.
the Ranger suit says it's got a several things in it already. So I don't
Okay.
know if, I guess this is me asking you if they're there or not. It's got things, it's
Mhm.
a jump pack, a sensor suite, a targeting system, the magnetic boots,
You know
and
you're
a
wearing
signal.
2 suits of synthwave skin, right? Oh, one's not
No,
equipped.
I'm not. I fixed. I have
Oh,
one.
gotcha.
Yeah, I went through
I
several
see what you're
iterations
doing, yeah.
figuring out how to implement that correctly,
Gotcha.
and you finally last time helped
Got
me
it.
figure out the proper way to do that.
Yeah, I don't see any reason why that sensor suit wouldn't be on the suit, be on the Ranger suit.
Cool. Because otherwise, I was going to ask for
Yeah.
that as well to help.
All the
search for
sensors are in the
license.
helmet.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a good point, actually, because it's probably a +2 bonus to visual and oral notice rolls.
It is.
Yeah. Yeah. But you do have your own small sensor suite, so you
Right,
could
but
rig
it's
that up. You would have that.
so
You could rig that up to your helmet.
yes, it's well, but I
Your
don't
battle
want to
helmet.
because it's set up for those psychic alien wave things.
You could modify it back.
I know, but I'd rather keep it this way and
Oh.
try and buy another sensor
Okay.
suite.
Well, I'm gonna say it probably does not have the sensor suite at the moment. But
That's
you can
cool.
see if the space station has one. I mean, it is a
That's-
space station full of
that's-
lab scientists. So
Thermal
Exactly.
sensors should be fairly common, easy to find, I would think.
That's where I was getting. I was
Yeah.
enumerating our shopping list of here's what we need before we head
Sure.
off to the planet.
Sure.
So with a common knowledge roll of 5,
Okay.
how much would I know about Anthony Wright's ventures and some of like companies that he owns outside of like Astra Unum?
Companies he owns. Interesting. What do you want to find out? It would help me because, like,
Well-
I don't want to get in a situation like just a minute ago when I answered a question about the ship, and I'm like, I don't. What am I
Well,
walking?
for
into?
one, it's more fun to make you do that. But for, for
It
2,
well, it definitely
so what
was
my-
fun watching me walk into that situation. But go ahead.
my train of thought is any of these supplies that we may need to buy out of pocket, if he owns any of the companies, to be able to basically talk it into part of the deal.
Okay.
So if he owns clothing companies that specialize in some sort of winter gear, that if he
Okay.
owns something that would specialize in like spaceship parts for the windshield, like
Okay. Well, almost okay. So everything here. So this is his. So everything here is going to be supplies for the scientist here, right? So nothing here you're going to get is going to be bought. Everything here is supplies for the scientist. So you're basically just going to have to persuade them to give you their requisitions. You're not going to buy anything here unless you just want to buy
That's easy.
death sticks from the scientist. Does that make sense? So
yeah, death stick.
I'm just making a joke, right? Like, so like if you want to just,
Let's
like
say I wanna
buy
buy
something
that.
on the side, like wink, wink, on the side from
I
a
gotcha.
scientist, it's not going to be bought. It's just going to be like, hey guys, I know you got some equipment because you're scientists and we work for the same company, nudge, nudge. Can I borrow some? Because it isn't like it's a mercantile center or like a trade hub. It's just you guys work for the same company. We need supplies to do this job y'all want us to do. So, for in the future, Wright Industries mostly deals with tech. So they're big in the tech industries and manufacturing industry, but like manufacturing like things like robotics, stuff like that. How does Aston feel about that?
Oh no, that's a good information to have. I'm sure. He
Even though
definitely won't use
robotics
that to his
are
advantage.
killing the human workforce on Isla.
Cyborgs are my main.
Oh, they're
thing.
not cyborgs. No, robotics.
Yeah, cyborgs
Okay.
are my main thing, not robotics.
Okay. Well, the
Um,
robotics is actually hurting the workforce on ILR, though. So they're driving humans out of the jobs on ILR. So,
Is that what it was?
but of course, your company, uses robots. So for loading and
Yeah, I think
labor and that
the
kind of stuff.
specific scenario was that it was cyborgs.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just up to you. Like, if you pull up the actual information about ILAR, like, there's just lots of people against, like, just people in general in ILAR have an issue with robots. But it's just whether you care about that or not.
I shall have to reponder this.
Yes.
But I also like money.
Yeah. So essentially, it's if you guys are interested in getting anything from the scientists, just make persuasion rolls. Go back over there and try to convince them to give you stuff.
And for the record now, with this level, I now have the edge of charismatic, so I get a free reroll on all persuasion rolls.
Nice. Nice. And I think that one, unlike a beanie, can trump critical failures.
Does it?
I think. Yeah, it says, hold on. Yeah, it says you get one free roll on persuasion rolls, and it does not say anything about if you get a critical failure, you have to take that one. So you can re-roll if you get a critical failure if you persuasion roll. So
next time we're trying to convince space pirates that there's a zombie on our ship, let me do the talking.
It wasn't the talking that caused the problem. It was the somebody holding the camera up to the headless zombie.
But with the right wording, you can explain things.
yeah, it has been bad for y'all a couple times to automatically fail on those what do you call it? Critically fail on those talking rolls. So okay. All right.
So can I spend a Benny to say that Aston already packed his own winter gear that is also dapper like the suit that he wears?
Yes. That's what Macklin Declarations is for. Changing the story. So it looks like the Brax Courtney Enterprises logo and all that kind of stuff. And
no, there's no logos on this. If it was, it'd be like the
course.
equivalent of like a Louis Vuitton logo. But no, it's going to be like dapper, like fit tailored to him. So it's just perfect fit.
Nice.
And if I have to make the declaration for it, so I can wear the synth weave underneath it.
Nah, I'll say it fits under. It's close. That's what the synth weave is for.
That's what I thought so, but I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
Oh no, so it is. I do hate robots, by the way, too.
Okay. Yeah. But your company still uses robots. Maybe you're trying to convince your dad to stop using them. Okay. So how are you guys getting those supplies y'all want?
We're gonna hey Aston, we got a grocery run. We need your silver tongue.
Well, good, because last time you bought that generic cereal shit, and I don't want that.
Yeah, and I don't want to hear about it anymore. So come on.
Well, if you want to get it, then Aston, you can go back with the doctor on the landing shuttle, ask the repairs be made, and get the supplies.
Oof, but that means I'd have to pilot, though.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
No.
Good
I say we put Spencer in the shuttle, launch it into space, and he can just float there, and then we'll take the full ship.
But the shuttle needs a new windshield. Is the real problem.
Or you can just all go back in the ship and make him wear his fucking helmet.
Yeah, that's Spencer. Put your tin can back on. We're gonna test it out real quick.
You have to make sure it works, right?
Worst case scenario, the best place for this to happen to you is in a center that's full of doctors.
Yeah.
Among friends, loved ones.
Fine.
Just turn the camera back on first, remember?
Yeah.
At least now I know what the hell's going on. So just lay down, take a nap.
So did you guys try to make the helmet look good? Or does it just look like a round tin can on his head?
I was imagining Arthur made it look kind of cool. But again, he's more of a scientist. He's not so much into aesthetics. But
roll a percentile die.
Interesting.
I refrained from drawing
I'm trying to see if
on the
there's
side of it.
I'm gonna see if there's actually a skill for that. I'm trying to see if there's a skill for that actually. Hold on.
or I could just
I'm
roll
curious.
unskilled for coolness.
Hold on. Simmer down.
Oh, you definitely got to take the penalties for that one,
Hold
Arthur.
on. No, I thought performance would do it.
Persuasion.
That was a
We're gonna
skill for like
persuade-
making things like pretty. I was wondering if performance would be like for art. I was. Oh well.
What about weird science?
I guess just make a repair roll. I don't know. At least get a repair. That's not. No, that's too easy. Too easy.
Well, I could roll research to see what cool helmets there are out there. And based on what I find, try to mimic that.
Perhaps a common knowledge roll.
Biker helmet.
Make an agility roll.
Agility.
It's dexterity.
Fine motor skills.
I mean, I don't know. Well, look at him.
Ooh, man.
Look at
How
him.
that worked.
He aced it. All right. There you go. You have a pretty cool looking helmet. You got a pretty sick looking helmet for a 14-year-old. So, all right.
And by the way,
Unicorn stickers.
Arthur's talking to Spencer. You can adjust how much of the psychic frequencies enter your helmet, just in case that's necessary.
And get out.
Yeah.
Has a psychic dampener on it.
It's basically like a wearable Faraday cage, I believe, is what we were going with.
Have psychic
C.
protection.
Put your psycho bucket on.
Okay, so like put the helmet on, and then like when I don't think anybody's looking, I like pull out my pistol and I'm like.
All right, so you guys fly back to the space station. What's an eight-sided space station? Is it like a dodecahedron? Is that what it's called?
Octahedron.
Octahedron. That's
I think
right.
it's
Yeah,
octahedron.
octahedron. It looks like an eight-sided dice, specifically because eight-sided isn't clear on the shape. It just tells you it's got 8 sides. It looks like an 8-sided dice, specifically in the shape of the 8 sides. Except in the center, it's got like this trench, kind of like the Death Star had. And that's where your ships kind of fly into and kind of dock. And that's kind of where the main floor is, where a lot of things kind of, all of the operations are. And so you guys kind of like disembark once you're the ship, actually, that people are seeing on the stream. That's where your ship is on the stream. And you guys, wow, my voice sounded weird there when I started. And so you guys undock you disembark from your ship, and so you guys get out. And so I'm thinking you guys all get out and kind of go together, or do you guys kind of separate, and one of you kind of go to get the repairs worked out for the ship, the landing shuttle. One of you guys go to do a supply run. Maybe Matt does Arthur maybe just go spend time with his sister. What do you guys do?
I'm still trying to do the whole Devon retrieval.
So he just stays on the ship and he's trying to get Devin. Okay, that's just what he's doing right now. Okay. All right. Well, we'll resolve that. We'll resolve that, actually. Well, we'll resolve part of that, actually, real quick. Make a spirit roll real quick for me.
So I don't break down and start.
No whammies.
Keep it together. Keep it
Okay.
together.
All right, he's staying focused. He's not getting frustrated yet. In fact, he feels like he's getting to a point to where he might save Devin. All right. Now, Arthur, what are you doing?
He's definitely going to spend some time with his sister.
Okay.
He was going to go and see if he could talk to her about supplies, because surely they have some sort of supply depot of
Right.
some sort.
Sure, they have like a warehouse where they keep supplies, like an inventory. Sure, is there
Yeah,
anything
so that
specific
would be
you
part
want
of
to get while you're there speaking to her?
Anything he wants to get?
Yeah. Is anybody tagging along with him? Since you guys mentioned inventory.
Sure. I mean, I wanted to make sure we could get the shuttle fixed and see about a helmet
Yeah. Okay.
and the sensor suite.
Okay.
Just the generic, regular old sensor suite.
And the cereal, most important.
Well,
You're in charge of the cereal.
You can delegate. You can delegate and tell the other team members to kind of like help handle the inventory, and then you go handle maybe like getting the repairs in order, I guess, on the shuttle, because those are different tasks. You know what I mean?
Sounds like a plan.
You know, Aston, said you were going to hoping to. You said you were hoping to get use your persuasion skills to try to. Because you had.
Oh
in
yeah,
mind,
no, I definitely.
You had
that's
in
what I was trying to
mind some
determine.
things. You haven't told me all what you had in mind, but I think you were wanting to acquire some things, right?
So yeah, so for one,
You might want to go
Arthur.
with
What's your
Arthur.
sister's name?
Adira.
So Adira said that they would be able to give me a PDD or a cyber deck. So I didn't get a chance to do that last time before it got resolved.
Okay. Yeah.
So
we'll just
and then,
assume
yeah,
you
so-
guys are there together with her, and you guys talk to her, and you guys mention going to the supply area, and so she shows you this. She shows y'all to the supply area. She says, "This is where we just kind of keep things when we, we bring in a shipment." And so, is there anything in particular you guys needed?
Do you have food that is not made of the larva of space grubs?
Oh, yes, that mess from the TACA system. Yes, of course. We don't usually keep that stuff around here. Yeah, a lot of our
Shoot a
science
glare to
teams-
Levi.
We have at least a few members of our team that are allergic to the grubs. It's an allergy that some of our team members have, and so we're kind of not allowed to keep it. But anyways, go speak to Michael back there at the far end of the supply room, and he handles grocery inventory, and he'll hook you up with any. And so you see an area stocked with shelves and stuff like that of various different items, and so you can just go over there and grab things off the shelf.
Okay.
And just like write down in the inventory pad what you can take. So.
Okay.
And she says, "What
Are
about
you,
anything else?"
The only other thing that I need right away is that you mentioned earlier that there was either a cyber deck or a PDD that you guys could spare.
She said, "We can spare a PDD for sure." You get the sense she's apprehensive about separating parting with a portable
Cyber
terminal.
deck?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to lean into it a little bit. Like I was really hoping for the advanced features of the cyber deck.
Do you have any that are broken right now that maybe need repair?
+1. Actually, yeah, that worked. +1. Okay, that +1 was okay. All right, so she says, "You know what? If you can fix it, it's yours. There's a portable terminal. I think there's a stack of devices that need repair over in the far corner. I believe there's a new terminal over there that just needs a memory replacement and I think a new hard drive. So grab that one."
Go grab it and kind of just look at Arthur like, anything in this pile of broken shit you might want to repair?
I guess Arthur will come help him pick it out or whatnot, find the right parts.
Right. Yeah. Essentially just make a repair roll. Yeah, on it. And you can sort it out.
Seven.
Okay. And so you got a cyber deck now.
Woohoo.
Adira, since we're going to an Arctic planet, our team is going to need clothing, environmental protections.
He says, "Unfortunately, we don't have winter clothing because we we weren't expecting that kind of environment. We do have insulated EVA suits if you're running low on those supplies, unfortunately.
I guess those will work. Is that what your research team went down in? Just
Yeah, that's what they went down in. I mean, I don't know
Okay.
if they're any more protective than what you currently have for your EVA suits, but I'm sorry we don't have much more. But I mean, really, rules-wise, they're basically what you have. So,
Okay.
I mean, if they're made to withstand space, they're made to withstand, Arctic environments. So, she says, "I'm sorry that couldn't help you out more on that front." I mean, she says, "I know they're uncomfortable, but EVA suits at least, help you out, as far as an oxygen supply. We don't know what kind of altitudes you'd be facing, so."
Levi talked to you about repairing the shuttle, I believe, right?
Yes, I think he was heading to the machine shop, wasn't he?
Okay. Because we needed the oxygen canisters replaced as well. But I'm sure he'll take care of that.
Okay. And let's go back to
Arthur,
your
you're
sorry.
supposed to be getting a sensor suite too,
Oh.
so we can search for people. But
Yeah.
whatever.
Could we borrow a sensor suite as well?
You
We
know,
want to be able to
find
look
your
for
borrow?
life.
Sure, you can borrow one.
Okay.
She's just you said borrow, so
Yeah, we will try to
Yeah.
bring it back.
okay.
I mean, we're looking for your researchers, so
Well, no, that was me GM out of character saying you said borrow.
Oh.
So that no, your sister says yeah, you're welcome to take it. Sure. I mean, yeah.
I mean, unless you just want to give us one, I mean that would be wonderful too.
Well, unfortunately, we don't have many to spare. I mean,
I kind of figured.
yeah. I mean, we can requisition one to replace this one, I guess. I mean, but you get a +2 bonus to any persuasion rolls you make with her because you're her brother. But
I don't know if that's going to help. I mean, it would make me feel better if I were, if I were allowed to just repair it myself and all that. If you gave it to us and we were able to
yeah.
modify it and whatnot. So he has
Yeah.
no persuasion. So this is unskilled +2. Oh,
Look at that.
wow. Okay.
She says, "I trust you." She says, "Yeah, we'll build a requisition more, so it'll work out. So go ahead and take it.
Excellent.
I mean, you're saving our scientists, so go ahead."
Thank you.
All right, sweet. Okay, so there you go. All right, so you got your sensor suite. So we'll go back to Spencer real quick. So Spencer, what are you planning on doing with him once you pull him? Like, once you think you can restore him?
Well, my plan was to see if I could convince Aston to talk to our billionaire friend and see if there was some way we could get him put in like a mainframe or get him, I'm forgetting the term, but that one.
So you have an AI core on this ship, and it is verbal. It can talk, right? And right now it's just named Griffin, right? So if you guys ever speak and you say Griffin, and the computer will say yes, and the ship will speak back.
Okay.
I mean, when you say mainframe, do you mean uploading him to the AI core of your ship?
Yeah, well, upload him to the AI, or I was thinking maybe seeing if we could get him a body.
Body.
Yes, because I remember we fought that one, for lack of a better word, cyborg lady.
Okay.
This is just wild speculation on his part. He's just.
So you're gonna create the one thing Aston hates.
Yeah, you have a hell of a time convincing him for that one.
There are a lot of reanimated corpses floating out in space right now.
Also, I'm not sure I want an 11-year-old AI core.
we gotta work with what we got here. So he's thinking maybe get it uploaded to a body. You know, give this kid a second chance.
Okay. All right. So okay. All right. So first, right now, he's just data, right? And he has no voice. He's physically just numerical data. He's code, right? At this stage, you can start to give him start to give him senses, start to give him like sentience, like little bits at a time, right? And you start to think that you can start restoring him little bits at a time. And the first step is literally just like repairing the code and just basically just hitting enter and like restoring him to sentience, essentially. You just need somewhere to upload him to.
Okay.
Where are you going to upload him to? You're just going to put him on your cyber deck? I mean, it'll take up 96% of your memory to store him to your cyber deck. And you don't know if he'll be fully functional. You don't know if you'll be able to modify him once he's on there. You don't know because you can't, because he'll be using 96% of your memory. You know, you don't know if he'll be fully functional. So it might be a good idea to put him somewhere else.
Yeah. Well, I was just going to leave him where he was until we could talk to our Billy friend. And
so you don't want to do anything else until he's...
Yeah. So what I wanted to do was say like, hey, I want your tech experts to take him and fix him.
Okay.
You know, because my main mission was just to find him and sort of like put him in a folder. You know?
Okay. Well, he's in that state right now. He's in code and he's in a folder.
Okay. So
he's zipped up in a zip file, basically, the equivalent of a zip file, basically, right now. A .exe file, essentially. I mean, so... Okay. Yeah. Just waiting on you to put him somewhere and click activate. I don't know. You get the idea. So, awaken him, basically.
So
at least that's what you feel like you're confident with at this stage.
Okay.
All right. Okay. All right. Okay. So we'll come back. We'll go to Jeremy real quick. Jeremy? Getting repair work done, right? You're in the machine shop. You go in. Just some grunt guys walking around in there. Just some guys doing welding work, grinding. You see sparks flying everywhere, plasma cutters, that kind of stuff. You've seen a machine shop, right? You know how these kind of things work. So, just doing work like that. What do you do when you head in? You're just going to kind of approach someone, see if they can help you out?
Yeah, whoever's least focused on their work, sort of a thing.
Right. Okay, cool. So guy turns his head, kind of a stocky fellow, turns up and looks at you, and he says, yeah, you're the captain I've heard about. Gonna be doing that job for us, right? Heading down to the to Sidori 379C, right?
That's right.
Cool, how can I help you? Offers to shake your hand with his greasy glove, and he says, oh, sorry. He takes his glove off.
Shake his hand, and so ran into some wolves on the way. No. There was trouble, and the shuttle needs a new front windshield, and having that functional is gonna help the search, I think. So came to talk to you about it. It's a blah 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 model.
He says, well, I can 3D print you some glass and molecularly splice you some glass together and so we can rebuild you one. Yeah. That's what we can do. Let's, that'll about all you got? Just the glass?
Unless you got some old armor laying around or something.
Armor, what kind?
The RK-32X Ranger suit.
Powered armor?
We found one. Yep.
Man.
Found one attached to a wolf vessel, or on a wolf vessel. That was...
If I had power armor laying around like that, I'd be rich. I wouldn't be working here, man.
Yeah, well... Sometimes
nope.
you get lucky and things fall into your lap, and then
Yeah.
sometimes they fall away.
Yeah.
But-
He said, well,
Just
hopefully
looking for a helmet.
one day I'll be that lucky. He said, but no, sorry, I don't have a ranger suit like that. Sorry, man.
Cool. If you ever
So-
need to see one, it's on the ship. Whenever you're
Well, I'm
printing
heading
the
up there to
thing.
get that landing shuttle. I'll take a look at it
Yep.
while I'm there.
Cool.
Very cool. All right. So, all right, cool. Well, I'll get you a piece of glass spliced together, and then I'll cut it to shape once I'm there. Sound good?
Thank you.
All right.
Okay. Head back.
All right.
Um,
That's pretty much it. You guys get your supplies. Everything worked out. And back to the ship. So you guys, what's next for you?
Did you get your cereal, Aston?
Of course. First thing I grabbed.
Good.
Also, so I assume they had enough for us to be able to get the other 10 ration.
Yeah. So this will happen. So you go speak to Michael over at the requisitioning, and so you start grabbing things, and Aston, while he's talking to his sister, and at first he's like, whatever. And then you start just piling things on the counter. Because 10 rations, 10 days worth of rations is a lot of fucking food. Right? And then you just keep piling things on the counter. So we're talking 10 days worth of rations for 4 fucking people. 4 grown men. Well, 3 grown men and a 14-year-old teenager, which is like 5 grown men.
One's an elder too, though, so it's like 4.
Okay, sure. Anyways, so so you're piling all this on the counter, and he's like, "I'm sorry, can I help you? Who are you with?"
Oh, hi. I thought that this is awkward. Adira told me to come over here and to get some rations. We're gonna be heading off to find your guys' lost scientists. And you're Michael, right?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
Michael, the one that keeps the food in here for all the scientists who were kind of
Yep.
cut off from the rest of civilization and who will starve to death if we don't have
Yep.
food.
That's the one. She told me to come over here and to get some supplies for our ship. I'm just going to
make a
continue pushing.
persuasion roll. Make that reroll. Look at that. Okay, all right. He says, I'll talk to a deer later. Go ahead.
And then I'm going to find that cereal.
They have the cereal you're looking for.
Perfect. And then I need to find a singular container of whatever the equivalent of like Ensure is.
Ensure?
Yes.
What are you, like 80?
No,
It's for me.
I'm not.
Oh, for Levi. Nice. Nice. Okay. Sweet. Okay.
I kind of want to spend a Benny to have your cereal be Michael's favorite cereal,
Nice.
but that's almost
Or like expired or some shit.
no.
Or like space rats have gotten to it when he gets to the ship. Nice.
You don't want to play petty with me.
Just opens it up and it's like
Or like the Green Lantern ring has been taken out of the bottom of the box. No.
Like
Alright.
there's supposed to be a free treat in here.
All right. Okay. So you guys get back to the ship, and everything's been collected. And
Huh.
so what's next? You guys heading to the planet?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So you guys get to the planet, and you're in stable orbit around it. I'm assuming you will establish stable orbit while you're taking a look at it. Unless, of course, you guys just want to blaze in like bad side of hell.
Arthur wants to take a look at it.
Okay. Assumed you would. So, what sort of looky do you want to take?
Well, I don't remember what all we have available, but he'll use the telemetry center to sense what he can sense.
To gather telemetry.
Uh-huh.
Well, you can
Pretty
do
much.
all kinds of things. Okay, so most of the planet is in the image you see is mostly white, with heavy winds, with snow and blizzards. You see. Make a notice roll, please.
Just for
Actually,
anybody?
yeah. Well, whoever's using the telemetry center to
Not me.
scan.
I assume Arthur would be.
Okay, so Arthur. Yeah, so heavy wind patterns all over like certain key places in the Arctic climates. It looks like some sort of perhaps blizzard or like wind formation, like maybe like a blizzard or something like that is currently going on in like a couple key spots right now. It's taking up like almost the entire continent right now, and it looks like there is some green in places, but it's very sparse, like heavily Arctic climates on the planet. Thermal imaging shows that, I mean, it's definitely cold. But it is habitable by humans. But we're talking about humans who have, if humans survived here, man, we're talking about some hard humans, like some tough humans, if they survived here. And we're talking about under ridiculous circumstances. We're talking about generations and generations of humans. I mean, if they survived here. Like, that's how, if it's even feasible. That's the temperatures we're talking about. It's that ridiculous. So, I mean, maybe in the green areas, humans could survive. I mean, you don't know what the what season it is currently, but it's hard to tell at the moment. What is that? Aston to Levi. What is that? Money? What is that?
Bennies?
I just gave him the can of Ensure.
Oh. Nice.
Can we tell what the atmospheric composition is? I mean, is it? Well, it wouldn't be breathable at that temperature, but
I mean, from up here, you can mostly just speculate based on thermal imaging, telescopic readings, that kind of stuff like that. You can make a science roll.
Okay.
Based on that.
And he can use the science. Can he use the science lab as well, or not? I mean, he gets.
It's mostly just you looking.
Okay.
And you making an hypothesis. So, I mean, yeah, I guess sure.
Well, I mean, he made it.
Yeah, sure.
Well, the 9s with a raise, though.
Yeah, sure. Sure, I'll say it is. Sure. Yeah, essentially, you're basically using your database, I guess, on a computer, maybe. Sure. So, everything looks. You don't have any reason to suspect that anything is abnormal about the climate, atmosphere, anything like that. Like, nothing seems to make you think that this planet is different than Earth in any drastic way, other than temperature.
Okay. Can he tune?
Actually, I did think of one
sensor.
thing. Actually, I did think of one thing. The wind patterns in certain places do seem slightly odd.
Okay.
Like there's dead spots of wind patterns. When I say dead spots, I really wouldn't know how else to describe it. Yeah,
Okay.
dead spots is the best way to describe it.
considering that the alien artifact and station use psychic frequencies, can Arthur tune the telemetry sensors to pick up or like create a map of psychic output on the planet?
Make an electronics roll, but that's going to be -2.
Okay.
Of course, that's offset by the telemetry centers +2 bonus. So.
Oh. Okay.
Okay, so you make the modifications and then you fire it up. The blizzard is giving you some sort of interference for some reason. You don't know if it's so much the interaction from the blizzard itself or the blizzard and those dead spots, or the combination of the two. But you do think that there is the source. There is a source of some kind of psychic energy, and you do think that it's coming from inside a pinpointed location within the blizzard. Let me see if I can find that link so I can pull it up. Hold on.
Does it correlate with the coordinates we were given of the alien installation?
You weren't given coordinates on the alien installation.
Oh.
You were just told it was on the planet.
And then Arthur was like, gee, Willikers, that sounds like a great idea. Let's go investigate.
Now we're going to search an entire planet. But that looks like a good place to maybe start. There are some psychic readings.
Air quotes on good.
Promising.
This is not really Spencer's cup of tea. We've got a freezing ass planet with psychic energy.
Sounds exactly like your cup of tea.
Yeah, I'm gonna end up in another fucking coma, frozen to death on the side of the mountain.
Levi.
Just wear your helmet.
Yeah, just keep your bucket
Levi.
on. Sir.
You're picking up a ping on your on the communication sensors. It appears to be a distress beacon of some kind. Or an emergency beacon.
Where is that one?
It's coming from the planet.
Arthur, search for this distress signal. And find the coordinates for it, please.
Just remember, it could be someone trying to help, and they may have accidentally triggered the distress beacon.
No one's that dumb. I mean,
it's coming from here.
Same place the psychic readings are coming from.
Well, now that's a massive area. We're talking about a planet here. Yeah.
Right.
so it's a trap, or I mean,
Make a smarts roll, I guess.
who, me?
Anyone can, I guess.
Ah,
Wow, everyone figured this out. Or the scientists figured out the same thing y'all did.
What do we figure out?
Well, or the scientists figured out this psychic signal thing, just like you
Yeah.
guys did.
True.
And they just went there.
Well, there are green areas that are that are not as cold, seemingly, because they're green. We could check those out first.
Let's just check
I
out
don't
our
know
whole
why.
planet.
I mean,
Because this is, I mean,
well, my concern is if we land near the psychic readings in the midst of a blizzard, we're going to encounter the exact same things they did when they disappeared. And so my thought is, if we land elsewhere, if something goes wrong, I don't know, something with the planet, then we have a better chance of being found. I don't know.
isn't this what the drone is for?
You can
Let's
send the drone down there. Sure.
And see if it can see a ship or anything more octahexagonal thingies. That's Levi's word, not Jeremy's. Alien stuff. Arthur,
Sure. I mean, if drones go in atmosphere, sure.
do they? Like,
Drones in real life go in atmosphere, so sure.
you'd rather lose a drone than a shuttle or us, so.
I
Sam
agree.
Spencer.
I love it when my players are so cautious the game comes to a standstill.
You don't want to lose any.
Okay, so if someone's piloting the drone down there, make a pilot roll at a -4 penalty because
Shit,
they're
we're about to
flying
lose
a drone in a fucking blizzard.
Hang on, let me look at my adventure cards real quick.
Actually, a -6. It's a fucking blizzard.
While he's looking that up, you said this was like a 2 or 3 day trip here.
It's 2.5 day flight. Thank you for reminding me. I need to mark off the fuel.
During that time, if I can, so Spencer was in. What'd you call it? Was it the Deep Nightmare? Was it
Long nightmare?
the Long Nightmare? I would like to send a communication to our friend Dr. Jack Breacher and ask if he knows any extra information about the Long Nightmare.
Okay, sweet. We didn't make him an NPC. That'd be sweet if I played him. Look at that whopping -6.
I tried.
Piloting a drone in a blizzard is hard. So
And that insurer helped so much.
You didn't drink it.
I don't see it in my inventory anymore.
You drank it too fast. You probably got indigestion because you're old.
Oh, I drank it 2 days ago.
yeah, he drank it when he first. Okay, so this is what happened. So you get the drone down in there, and you're in the blizzard, and I mean you didn't critically fail, so I'm not going to destroy the drone. So basically, what the drone does is the drone just. Actually, no. This is what happens. So make it. I'm gonna do it legit. We're gonna do it right. We're gonna do an out of control roll. Base and vehicles. Yep. Okay. No, that's not interesting. Keep rolling.
The rule of cool prevails.
Okay, that's what I'm stuck with apparently, because I keep rolling it. Okay, so essentially, what happens is that you're having difficulty controlling the drone in the blizzard, and what it's doing is it's just basically just impossible for you to control basically inside that blizzard, and so It's just becoming more difficult for you to control. It's getting hurled and tossed around by the winds. And so essentially it's gaining the distracted condition. So it's going to basically become more and more difficult for you to use it. So, I mean, if I was you, I'd pull out.
Yeah,
So-
so that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I'd try to bring it back and be like,
Yeah.
well, it looks like you're sort of right. I don't think I can pilot us down there safely.
Yeah, at least not drone, because drone's so small, you know.
Sure.
Yeah.
But
Piloting the ship or the landing shuttle would be nowhere near as difficult. So, because they're heavier, right? So,
hold on.
right.
I could,
Arthur, I have a great idea. Let's just go down there ourselves now.
I mean, I want to go down too, but I could put a giant gyro on the drone. That should help, right?
Do you have a giant gyro just laying around? Or are you
I
going to MacGyver
find
it?
Giant flywheel. And
I'm gonna go see what
Let's-
Spencer's doing.
Well,
I'm just gonna walk away.
or we could just pilot into the storm.
riding the storm out.
Can we can tell which direction the wind is coming from, right? So we could face the ship into the wind, just like they used to do in the nautical days.
There's a reason that I'm the pilot here. Never mind. We can come back to that. Y'all were doing something before?
I mean, you
started
guys
talking about
can. I mean, okay. So as the pilot, you can try a couple things, right? You can try to watch the weather patterns and try to approach from a soft spot in the blizzard, right? And just try to land and then approach by ground, right?
this. Sure.
So you can try not to go in the densest part of the blizzard and just not approach from the heaviest part of the blizzard.
Does it look like the blizzard's moving, or if it's more stationary?
Yeah,
Like-
just try to come in from like the tail end of the blizzard, basically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or if it's like if we wait a day, maybe it'll die down, kind of a thing. That kind of a question.
That would be a science roll from Arthur, I guess, to see if he can figure out how long the blizzard will stay. I guess.
Rolling.
Look at you. Okay. The blizzard will be here for, my God, look at that roll. A week. Based on the movement
Cool.
rate, the size of the scope of the blizzards. I mean, you're expecting like a week of blizzard.
Don't worry, I brought enough cereal.
I'm trying to think of whether we should take the shuttle down. How many? We wouldn't be able to bring everybody back. Like if we found the whole other team and their ship is toast, would we be able to fit everybody back into our one shuttle in one go?
How many people are we looking for if they all made
Yeah.
it?
That.
There's 4 people on the science team.
So does our shuttle hold 8?
You know your ship will make it to the blizzard fine.
Okay.
Your full-size ship. Like,
Okay.
it's just too big to be thrown around by a blizzard.
We've got to locate potentially these people in a blizzard.
Yeah, but we've got the distress beacon signal. So if nobody else
Be there.
knows of anything to search for while we're up here, then I guess everybody needs to buckle up because we're going to go into a blizzard.
I hope we can get out of there.
We'll be fine. Aston's got plenty of cereal for all of us. And this great Ian Schur's drink. I don't know, it was kind of chocolatey.
Oh God. This is where the horror stories start.
There are no whores on this planet.
You don't know that.
Or
They're very cold if they are.
horror stories. Like the old legends where you get caught in a blizzard and then they just end up eating the teenager.
Oh, like the Yeti. Or the Wendigo.
Yes. Yeah.
Spencer, you don't have enough meat on your bones to even be a satisfying meal. So,
Hey, I put on 5 pounds, I'll have you know.
yeah, but take the helmet off and then you're back to where you were.
My vigor went up to D6, so
Well, excuse me.
Yeah.
I stand corrected.
yeah. So go ahead. I'd make a fine stew.
For
Make
Warren.
a piloting roll at a +2 bonus to land the craft in Blizzard. Yeah, man, it looks fancy. Looks nice. Super smooth. Well, actually, so this is what happens. So you guys start getting close. And the problem is that when you guys start getting close, the beacon and the blizzard. So the beacon gets kind of muddled. Okay. The blizzard starts making it difficult to try to track the exact pinpoint location of the beacon. But you guys get to where you think you got it at least narrowed down to about the area of about 300 meter square radius. Okay? So you guys park it in that region. Okay? So you guys park the vessel, and you guys can hop out of the Griffin Explorer if you so choose. So you talk about how you guys are equipped and what you guys are carrying. So you may want to go ahead and get your inventory set up. I noticed that Shaun is still encumbered. You need to sort that out, Shaun, unless you want to be encumbered. Just know that you are... If you just wear your weave clothing and take off your EVA suit, you will face the rules for cold weather. I think what is encumbering you is both the EVA suit and the laser pistol. Yeah. Yeah, I just wanted to point that out to you. I don't know if there's anything you can do about being so encumbered because you're a little weakling kid. So.
Well, that's part of the problem.
Yeah.
So if I clothing though and just wear the EVA suit,
Sorry, what?
not carried. Let me see. Did that do it? Nope, I'm still way over.
Yeah, you're way over. Yeah, I don't think there's anything you can do.
Well, I have an advance. I could raise my strength.
I don't know if your strength going up would make that much of a difference, but
I know.
you're
That's
welcome
what
to
I'm
try.
kind of worried about.
We can test it out real quick. Just
Let me see.
bump it up by one and see what happens. Just give her a shot, but I don't think it makes the difference.
Load limit 40.
Well, if you want to do that. Yeah.
Let's do it. That way I'm not trugging a bunch of bullshit through the snow.
Yeah, and then now so essentially it's like your character is just becoming a young man now. Essentially, your vigor and strength have both gone up. You see, you guys are actually seeing Spencer grow. You know, he's maybe he's getting close to 15 now, and he's like getting taller, and essentially he's hitting puberty, and he's getting taller, and he's eating more food on the ship, and his voice is starting to crack. You know,
Guys.
so, yeah, his voice is turning like this, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and
And he sounds like Bane with his bucket helmet on.
yes. I'm Batman.
yeah.
Totally do that everywhere I go.
So what about you guys? The rest of you guys sort your equipment out, and
I'm gonna assume the power armor would not be winter wear appropriate.
I'll see why it wouldn't be. It's a closed environment.
Well,
You can wear them in
okay.
space, so space is cold, so it's got to be insulated.
Okay.
Yeah. They got to be insulated in space. So
Cool.
otherwise, you'd freeze to death in space. So
Okay.
Just put a rain jacket on it.
I'll put the EVA helmet on top then.
yeah, something to yeah, okay.
Yeah, to cover my head.
Yeah, okay.
And we'll get some. I'll be like, Arthur, here, take this duct tape and patch up the seam in between for me.
You're not really EVA, but you got a helmet.
I
on.
know.
You can wear your battle helmet with it if you
Okay.
want to do that. So, okay.
That'll look cooler anyway.
Yeah. Okay. And so
More
you're
than
out
my
there,
helmet.
and like so all you guys are heading out. So you got like a 300-meter radius area to kind of search. Essentially, this is like a quick encounter, and so you guys can just tell me, like, in what way each of you are helping to find the other ship. So, like, what tools are you using? And then I'll have you all roll, and then we'll figure out whether you find it and like what time, plant span, and that kind of stuff. So like just like in role play, like how are you guys helping each
So,
other?
if there are any like thermal sensors or anything like that that I can use to modify my notice to be able to see through the blizzard, I think that'd probably be my best bet.
Well, the group grabbed a sensor suite. So like a sensor suite is maybe a sensor suite has stuff like thermal. So if someone has a sensor suite, like maybe Aston will grab that. I think you guys grabbed one of those.
We did.
Yeah, so maybe Aston grabs one of the sensor suites and kind of holds out the handheld sensor suite and kind of holds it in front of him and maybe looks through it and like a video camera maybe and kind of like scans the environment with Notice. So Aston is using Notice. Okay, what about Levi? How is he helping the group?
I'm attempting to be more captainly, leadery, and like handing the other sensor suite, the psychic alien ones, to Arthur and being like, okay, you watch this. He's got the thermal, and everybody kind of spread out a little bit, but stay within eye shot, sort of a thing, and walk in a line from here to there.
Sweet. Is that battle skill or persuasion?
I don't know. I would think either. Like those were the two I was thinking.
I'll let you roll
one
either
of those
one.
two.
I mean,
Okay.
I'll let you roll
They're
either one.
the same,
Yeah.
mechanically. So
yeah. Well, one is more you being nice, and one is you being more commanding.
Okay, well,
So-
I picked up persuasion, so I was trying to be nice, but it definitely didn't turn
Cool.
out well.
Well, maybe you come off because coarse and harsh to everyone. Maybe your friends.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And it's the first time I'm like really trying to order them around as opposed to being more anybody have ideas, that sort of thing, and it's not working right.
Pissing everybody off, Levi.
What?
You're pissing everybody off. Leave you out in the snow.
I'm telling everybody to do exactly what they're already doing.
Yeah, you're too
Yeah.
late. Yeah. What about Arthur? How's he helping?
I was thinking maybe he would try to, since he's been given a sensor suite, to modify it a little bit to use like sonar as well. I don't know how well that'd work in a blizzard, but kind of get to map the area.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the repair skill. Cool.
Okay.
All right. Sweet. Okay. And what about Spencer?
So there's a psychic presence on this planet, or
Mm-hmm.
okay,
There's a psychic energy coming from somewhere.
psychic energy. Okay, so I am going to attempt mind link to just reach out and see if I can detect anybody in our area, like where they may be.
Okay.
It has a radius of a mile. Let me see.
You have actually a power called Mind Link, don't you?
Just
Yes, I have.
remember
Oh,
that.
okay. Sweet.
Just remember that
That's
this
probably
is the
nice.
same psychic energy that puts you in a coma.
Is it?
Yeah.
You don't know that, but
Oh, okay.
You don't think we would have explained that to him?
You don't know that it's the same black energy. You're in a different place.
Well, right. No, but what we were told is that it's a similar signature to the station, and that they both like appeared at the same time. The artifact, and then the planet are linked together. I mean,
they're not linked together. So this place was in the archive of the octahedron.
I mean,
you can.
That's what me as a player.
You're making a lot of assumptions, but sure.
I mean,
Spencer, you did bring your special helmet, right? Just in case.
I'm wearing it right now.
Okay, yeah. So you can just filter it out. So.
Yeah. Okay.
Only outbound signals, no inbound.
Yeah.
Well, that's not the way it works. So either it's on or off.
No.
It's either on or off.
It's on.
Okay.
I'm trying to contact people.
All right. Okay. No one-way streets, baby.
Yeah. So I'm just
okay.
probing.
Make a sonics roll.
Okay.
We need one more success. Or you guys are wandering in the snow for a little while longer.
I'm gonna Benny that just because I don't wanna. There we go.
Okay. All right. Okay. Okay, so this is what happens. So you guys... so this is what happens. So you, Aston, had the idea of like pulling out the scanner, right? And you're scanning around. At first, you're kind of getting frustrated, right? You're getting fruitless. Actually, make a spirit roll to see if you get frustrated. No, okay. You see, you're keeping your cool, but at first, your endeavors are fruitless, right? And you might feel at first to be kind of frustrated, but you keep your cool. And you're like, okay, this might take a little time. I know we're cold, but taking some time. And you guys have been out here for almost an hour, at this point. And now I need vigor rolls from you guys. Let me check. I should get bonuses from this. For your... Why did that take a penalty? I think you guys will get bonuses from this for cold weather. Oh, it doesn't say in the actual rules. You guys will get a +2 bonus for, I think it's +2 for this, for cold weather. Go ahead and roll a vigor roll for me, please. Yep, cold weather. Wait, what do we got? Okay. Wow, look at Arthur.
He's very excited.
Okay, so everybody made it. Okay. Nice. Okay, so the first hour goes well for you guys. Okay. So at this point, everyone's having difficulties finding it. Matt, you come up with the idea of trying to add sonar to hopefully help your successes. And you pick up low rumbling vibrations. And you think you determine that it's come from shifting snow and shifting earth, possibly from a crash site, and perhaps a avalanche, or from just from like snow being, you know what I mean? And so you start kind of like heading that, like start kind of pinpointing it in that direction, right? But it's like this huge area. So you guys just start heading like, say, west, right? And so Spencer kind of like helps you guys readjust and like help you guys and towards like narrowing it down, right? And at some point you guys gotta get turned around, and Spencer kind of helps you get readjusted. But then as you get even closer, like Cliff picks up heat signatures, and what you believe comes from engines, perhaps cooling down from a crash site. But it's very faint in the distance. Okay? And that's where we will go to this scene. Mm-hmm. So you guys see this spaceship like crashed into the snow and wreckage. And you guys are approaching it from we'll say it's from the west, but it's actually the bottom of the map because I already declared it was from the west. Okay. And clear stuff off the tracker. They changed some of the look of. Have y'all noticed that they've changed some of the look of the radial menu buttons?
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of throw me off my game. We got to throw Spencer back in there. Okay, so I don't know why Spencer keeps getting added in without a token. It's getting on my effing nerves. And you guys are coming in from the far end on the south. It's on the west. Wow, that is really small. I did not mean to make those so. Yeah, actually, they're about appropriate. Actually. I just didn't realize that map was so big. I mean, maybe that's the different order, but you guys get the idea. Probably Levi would probably be in the front, actually. Because he is the one in the giant heavy armor. I don't know. But, yes, that's kind of the idea of you guys approaching. And you're coming into the ship. And so you guys see it before you. It's buried in the snow, and you see the streak of just dirt and rock as it just slid in there. And it's crashed. And I mean, you can make a determination maybe as to why it crashed. Maybe I would probably accept like a piloting roll or maybe science roll or something like that to kind of figure out why it crashed. Maybe I'd probably say piloting roll at no penalty, science roll at -2, probably.
What about just straight notice?
Yeah, I mean, both of you basically just figure out that it's probably the blizzard, basically, that made it crash, probably. Probably just couldn't tell its environment. You know, maybe the blizzard was thicker when it came through, you know? And just tried to land and couldn't tell, you know, sky from planet, you know? And just crashed.
Levi, I'm glad you're a better pilot than this one.
Yep.
I'd rather be lucky than good any day. But they weren't.
Well, hopefully lucky for them we're here.
Okay. So what do you guys do now?
Forge ahead.
Pull
Okay.
my pistol out.
Pull your pistol out. Okay. All right.
Ooh,
So you guys.
pull my pistol.
Sorry, Shaun.
I pull my pistol out.
All right.
Mostly
So you take
'cause
the
I wanna
lead
look
from your
cool.
father figure,
Yeah, I want to look cool.
or your big brother in this case. Actually, Aston pulled his pistol out. So, all right, cool. All right, and
Don't warm anybody up too quick there, guys.
okay. So you guys start to approach, and Aston and Spencer both approaching with weapons out, trying to look cool. Starting to head out, and you guys hear a rumble. Large steps. Levi, are you heading up alongside your friends?
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right. I wasn't sure. Okay. As they head up, make a notice roll, everybody.
If I start hearing steps like that, I'm gonna try to be stealthy too.
Hold on. Don't roll the stealth rolls yet. I'll tell you
Okay.
when you can. Okay. I'll tell you if you can roll a stealth roll. All right. Notice rolls are 5, 15, 3, 5. Okay, Spencer. So everybody succeeded except for Aston. Okay. All right. So it starts sounding like at first a faint, slow, and then we're talking about split seconds, and then Aston slowly turns while all of you kind of quickly turned, and then you hear it turns into a trample within just a few seconds, and you look to your right, and you see a creature barreling through the forest towards you. It looks like a giant hippopotamus. If its head was almost the size of its body, and it was covered in hair.
Nope, don't like that.
And it's
I'm
called a
envisioning
woolly
like an
scoop.
angry. Sorry, good.
I was gonna call it's called a woolly scoop jaw.
So I'm still envisioning Barkley the dog from Sesame Street, except like angry.
Yeah.
And scary.
Okay, now it's bursting through the tree line towards you guys. Now,
Would Arthur have come across this in any of his studies? I guess they'd be unique to this planet, so probably not. I mean, unless it was
academics roll
broad.
-2.
Okay.
Wow. Why'd you roll 2 dice? Oh, Aston did. Okay, gotcha. Arthur has heard of them. They come on some Arctic worlds, occasionally from time. I mean, they've been cataloged on one other Arctic planet. In another variation, like a different evolution, slightly different evolution. So,
Any known weaknesses?
let me put it on the table, and then I'll talk to you about it. Okay, so why that wouldn't want to pull up? I was trying to pull up the NPC, and it wouldn't want to pull up.
I hear they have weaknesses to the bullet in the brain.
Don't we all?
What is their brain in their butt?
I don't know. Arthur's a scientist.
They have a giant head. Maybe the brain is easy to hit.
Or it's really tiny, surrounded by a thick skull.
That's probably more likely.
Like Spencer.
It's a helmet.
Sorry, hold on, I'm looking at something. Okay. I noticed it had the wrong size on it real quick, and I had to fix it. Which wouldn't have been very good. Okay, so everything should be right on it now. All right. And I hope this gets the token size right when I put it out here. That's not right. I don't think.
I need Levi to know what this thing is called just so he can overuse the name of it in sentences every time he's trying to bark orders. Like, that's a woolly scoop jaw. Get out of the way of that woolly scoop jaw.
Just keep using it.
That is huge.
So it
When you said
burst
the
through
size
the
of a
trees.
hippo, you meant a woolly mammoth.
Yeah, a
size.
massive. I said massive. Massive hippo. Yes. A massive hippo. Yes. So it explodes through the trees.
Don't worry, guys. If we all jump in its mouth at once, I don't know.
Okay.
Then we all die slowly in its stomach acid.
No. Okay.
It'll be easier to hit it.
Now, so there it goes. There it explodes through the trees, and now it is. We're gonna. Joker's wild. Someone got a Joker. Oh, the Scoop Jaw got a Joker. Well, look at that.
Oh, of course.
Since you guys got the notice roll, if you guys got the highest card, I was going to give you guys a chance to like dive for cover and maybe make stealth rolls. But guess that's not going to happen.
I didn't even notice the fucking thing, so.
You turn and look, and this is what Aston does. Like, he turns and looks, and like he's. And like, as he does that, like he's got his pistol out because he knows something's coming. And like, he turns and looks, and it's got a pace of 8. Because it's huge. So it goes. Hold on, let me make sure I did it right. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my god, it can hit Spencer from there. It can bite Spencer from there. Okay. So it just runs up behind Spencer. And just like, Spencer, you turn and you see this giant mouth with these blunt teeth. His woolly mouth, just like, just try to clamp down on top of you.
Of course.
Roll the 1 with a joker. This is what happens.
Nice.
You in your fear stumble over a rock and fall to the ground. And he misses you with his bite. And he has I forgot about his improved frenzy, so you're safe. Because I could have actually made a second attack at you, and I forgot about it. Oh well. Aston, your turn.
So this thing appears to be just in a straight like trajectory of charging through, or did it stop to make this bite?
It looks like it's hungry, and it was stopped to like try to eat Spencer.
Fuck. Okay. How far would I be able to move out of range of this thing and attempt to shoot it in its eyeball?
Well, you will provoke an attack from where you are. Unless you have a combat edge to deploy. I think you can spend a Benny to get a combat edge. I think it's actually something you can do. But yeah, in its current state, you will provoke an attack where you're at.
Given the fact that I failed my notice roll, I think that's fair.
Yep.
But yeah, so my idea is to kind of like, after seeing Spencer fall back and this thing kind of chomp down,
I think it's called
would be
extract.
to move in this sort of a direction. Just basically away from its immediate attack, kind of spread out a little bit. That way it has to choose which of us it's going after, and then shoot it in its fucking eyeball.
Okay. All right. I think that there's an actual rule for that. Spending a Benny to get a... So you spend the Benny?
For what? For avoiding the attack? No.
Oh, you going to take it?
Yeah, because
Okay,
like with
cool.
me failing the notice roll, like there's no way that my...
Oh, so you're just like
reflect-
scurrying away. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, then let's do it. Okay. He didn't get a raise on you. Wait, did he? No, it doesn't say hit. It doesn't say raise. That's good.
Jesus Christ.
You want to soak that?
I don't.
No?
At
the end of the session, you got 2 bennies.
Uh-huh. Because I want to use this card.
Hero causes +2 damage for each wound he has in this encounter. Wounds count whether they were suffered previously or after this card is played. Okay. All right, got you. Okay, got it. Okay, sweet.
So
okay,
I want to make my
but now
attack
you're
with...
shaken.
Yeah.
So you got to spend a Benny to get rid of shaken.
We can do that.
To do your action.
Got rid of the Benny for the shaken there.
Okay. All right, remove it. If you're a cheater, you'll accidentally. Yeah.
Ooh.
I can do it. There you
Where
go.
is shaken down here? I don't see
I
it.
did it for you.
Okay. You're tricking me. All right.
You're taking too long. Look at that. Hit with a raise. Oh my god, he's going to kill it.
And I get +4 damage because of the +2 per wound.
Yep. He's going to kill it in 1 turn.
fucking
I like that, he's
unharmed.
not.
Okay, you could spend a Benny to re-roll a damage roll.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that.
Yeah.
And pray to God that it. Otherwise, I'm fucked, y'all. This is all I got. Still unharmed.
Wait, it didn't roll it right. You didn't have the extra die. Roll it again. Okay, so hit the plus damage button this time, though. Make sure you
Plus
had the
damage button.
yeah, because you rolled damaged again. It didn't.
Oh, I got
Yeah.
you. Okay.
So you're getting a freebie, essentially.
That looks a little better.
There you
That looks a
go.
little more
All right.
promising. There we
2
go.
wounds. But he is. I'm letting you have. I could spend a GM Benny on this, but I'm not because that's fun. All right. But he is still alive with 2 wounds.
Can I say that there's any sort of effect that was put on him for shooting him if I'm aiming for the eye?
Hey, he's still awesome. He's shaking. He's taking 2 wounds. I mean, that your awesomeness is the fact that you did 2. Well, actually, you do get an effect actually because you're basically. Well, so you could have said I took a minus penalty to do a called shot. Called shots do exist actually in Savage Worlds.
Oh.
So-
yeah, we're not gonna. We're good with what we are.
So I mean, we could have actually done that if you're in the future.
I'll take that body shot. That's fine.
Yeah. So, but yeah, for the future, called shots do exist. So
Okay.
yeah, like you could have blinded him or whatever. I probably should have stopped you and let you look at those if you wanted. But yeah, but he's got 2 wounds taken down and he's shaking. You've done a huge dent in this woolly scoop jaw. So, all right, but I'm spending a GM Benny. He's no longer shaking. He goes and looks at you with his evil eye. Spencer.
Whew. Okay. I am going to try to pick him up. Because he's like.
You do know
right-
telekinesis basically only gives you a strength score, right?
Well, okay. So,
In atmosphere.
Okay, so it would. So a D12 with a raise, it wouldn't let me
No human can pick this guy up.
spirit.
No human can
Okay.
pick this guy up. No.
Okay, I'm just gonna use spirit then.
No, yeah. Sorry, buddy.
No.
You were God because you were in space. In 0G. Yeah. I mean, I hate to blow your
Well,
Kill
no,
your-
I mean
kill
the
your-
way it was written, it was like
kill your spirit, but
if you get a raise, it's D12.
yeah. But it's like the equivalent of having D12 strength.
Right.
Yeah. But even a
No.
D12 strength human can't pick up a giant hippopotamus.
Ugh, it's bullshit.
Yeah.
Bullshit. No, bullshit.
You're not Superman. What do you do?
Yet. No, I'm gonna use fear.
Okay. Fear? Oh
Mhm.
god, that'd be hilarious. He's not a wild card. It could very well work.
Yeah.
He's just huge.
So,
Watch him go trampling off in the woods. So it's an opposed spirit, right? Let me double check.
yeah, it says power overwhelming dread and horror. The affected make a fear roll. Extras who fail are panicked. Wild cards roll on the fear table. So if he's not a wild card, it means he's panicked.
All right. Okay. Well, his spirit's high, but we'll see how it goes.
Shit.
I'm spending a GM Benny on that. Damn it. All right. He panicked.
Nice.
Okay. What happens? So, so he's panicked now, which means he moves his full pace plus running die away from you. Okay. Oh, yeah. That's just his actions will be that. and that only lasts as long as you're maintaining the power. So
Okay.
he's still a giant woolly scoop jaw that's starving and hungry and wants to eat you. So
I
Alright.
am going to continue to maintain.
what are you guys doing now? Because I mean, I'm gonna take us out of combat, and he's saying he's gonna maintain it.
Oh shit! So duration is.
Or are you gonna maintain it? Yeah, he's gonna, because you're gonna keep spending power points.
Yes, I will.
Okay. And how many power points is it to maintain it? Like 1 for every what?
PowerPoint's 2. Yeah, so it looks like what, 2 a round? Jesus. I'm assuming that's 2 a round because the duration is instant.
Power points. Well, why don't you guys go ahead and start talking about, while I look this up, go ahead and talk about what you guys are going to do.
Would us continuing to shoot it break the fear? Because I feel like I would just shoot it more, even if it's running away.
I believe that will break the panic.
Yeah, but at least it gets a few free shots.
And furthermore,
Yeah, it will break the panic.
does Spencer let us know that continuing to fire on this thing will break the panic?
Okay,
Actually,
so
I don't know if it breaks the panic. It causes the overwhelming dread, the horror, the effect makes fear roll. Extras follow. Powers castaways. Panicked. It doesn't say it breaks the panic, actually.
I'm gonna go with the fact Spencer has no idea because
Yeah.
nobody's ever.
It doesn't say it that breaks the panic. So
Nobody's ever shot at anything that I've used this power on, so Spencer probably has no idea what would happen.
Yeah.
If you start shooting.
it doesn't say it breaks it. So yeah.
Because my thoughts are, if it's out here now, it'll probably be out here later, whenever we try to leave
Right.
Mhm.
too. So
Or you could just throw the cereal and run.
We're not throwing the cereal.
Well, just your cereal or your life.
Guess I'm gonna die.
cereal is
Arthur,
his
Levi,
life.
we all do. Levi, do you just start shooting?
I definitely will.
Okay.
Does Arthur have something he's doing before that?
Arthur does not have a weapon. Well, not a weapon for this. So I think he's gonna hold his action.
Okay. All right. So Levi, go ahead.
Okay, so 2-gun kid. Let's do laser pistol overcharged. Swoosh. So that's no fun. I'm gonna Benny that damage because why not?
Okay.
Make sure you guys check your action cards too, just in case.
Mine are all about making things be friendly to us right now.
Aston could
Well.
have used that earlier when he was haggling. Hey, that's something.
Okay.
That's something.
And then the second auto pistol shot. Oh, it's huge. Of course I hit it. Okay. Ah. Oh well.
You got to deal a lot of damage to it. Yeah.
Well, apparently.
Hey, he's shaking.
Okay. Well, since this sounds like fun, so I'm gonna play this adventure card.
Play to get the party out of some troublesome or deadly incident. This leads to some other trouble, however, such as capture, escape to a new location with its own harrowing adventure, or the sacrifice of a noble ally. Okay.
What did you do?
All right.
Actually, we
Okay.
saved this thing, but then
All right. Okay. This is cool. All right. Okay. Sweet. Sweet.
It's not what I
Okay.
meant, Matt. It's not what I meant.
Awesome. By the party can get in trouble or deadly. This leads to some other trouble, however, such as capture, escape to a new location, or its own harrowing adventure. Nice. Okay. I love it. Okay. So, while you guys are trying to shoot at and take down the panicked, angry, and wild woolly scoopjaw that won't be under Shaun's spell much longer, suddenly spears come getting thrown through the blizzard, like streaking through the sky, and start hitting the woolly scoopjaw. And an individual just seemingly appears out of nowhere, literally, like was invisible, suddenly becomes visible, and jumps from the tree right near the woolly scoopjaw and lands on its back and shoves a spear through its neck. The woolly scoopjaw falls lifelessly but with a struggle to the ground, dead. This individual is covered with hides and leather and all this kind of stuff, but these people are not human. They're near human, humanoid, but with stone-like skin, very rough and coarse and gray. They are definitely humanoid, arms, legs, and such. But they are not human, that's for sure. And they this one right here that appears to have that's now standing on the corpse of the scoopjaw looks at you all and points his spear at you and speaks in a very guttural tongue to his allies that threw the spears. Actually, it's more like a shout because he's shouting over the blizzard. And suddenly spears begin hurling in your direction. And through
Hang
the
on.
silhouette, play to improve the attitude of it. Play to improve the attitude of it. Okay, so one card doesn't totally change the results of another card.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
All right. So the spears
Okay.
are still hurled to the ground around you. All right. So it says peace.
Ah.
That's what the card is. All right. So spears are
Around
getting
us
hurled
is a
to the
lot better
ground.
than into
Yeah.
us.
Yeah. So the spears are getting thrown into the ground around you now, and he jumps off the corpse of the woolly scoopjaw and comes up to you, and he looks at Spencer. And he puts his fingers on his head. And then he pushes his fingers into his head. And then he puts his fingers on your head and pushes his fingers into your head. And that's where we'll win the game.
I'm gonna be in a coma again. Just fucked. Nice.
I'll just be over here bleeding on this log. No biggie.
I almost took the heal skill, but didn't.
I have a card I can play.
What is the card you want to play?
Play on a wounded character out of combat. All wounds are recovered, but the victim gains a permanent scar that subtracts 2 from his persuasion for the next 8 months.
Unfortunately, the game is over. You'll get new cards next game.
Out of combat.
Yeah, it's out of go. Yep.
I would not like
I'll
that.
let you play it right now, but because the
Okay.
combat ended, So I'll let you play it.
Okay. It's
Do I
called
have to
Hot
accept
Iron
this card?
Whiskey.
You don't have to if you don't want to.
Oh no, I won't accept it.
Okay.
Negative
All
2 to persuasion. Mm-mm.
Yeah, -2 is
For the
bad.
next game.
Yeah, that's
month,
true.
So it's not permanent.
Oh,
Oh, for
game
how long
month.
is it?
It's for
Next game month? Yeah, why not? That could be fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's called Hot Iron and Whiskey, so I'm assuming something horrible happens to you.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Essentially, the idea is that
Whiskey.
maybe next game, basically, the wounds won't heal right whenever someone heals you. Basically.
Yeah. So basically, he's bleeding out. We just rub dirt in it. So
Well, no, you put the hot iron on it, and I drink the whiskey.
Yeah, that's the idea.
Or in the future, we just blast you with a low power laser, right? And that just cauterizes the
Well,
wound.
what we'll probably have is the tribal people next game. We'll begin the next game with the tribal people dragging you off and healing you with a torch to your fucking chest. So
That makes sense.
like literal, tribal magic. So, but it's better than it's better than 2 wounds. I promise you. So.
Oh yeah, for sure.
yeah.
But
If it was a permanent -2, I wouldn't take it. But if it's only a in-game month, I gotta deal with that. That's fine.
Yeah.
But
then
very cool, very cool. So
make fun
that was a
of
nice
your
card, Arthur. I like that. That was cool. So
Yeah. That's a good one.
That was.
yeah, that's why I like
And
vintage
then-
cards. Sometimes you get one like that. So very
I'm
cool.
going to, I will study with their shaman. I like where
Nice.
this is
That's the
going.
thing about at this point. Actually, it's a good time to mention. Actually, even though the game's over, it's a good time to mention that the humans have met other near human species, none to the intelligence level of humans, right?
Mhm.
Okay. So you guys immediately assume that these things will not be on the same level of evolution as you guys. Right? Just humans have not been successful in finding a civilization as advanced as them. That's why the stars are full of humans, and that's it.
I mean,
And-
Aston thinks that about everybody you meet. So
Okay, sure. But you have not met another species that is capable of psychic abilities.
Mm.
Only humans can use psychic abilities. Yep. So that's why this is interesting. Okay. All right, so we'll end the game here. Thank you everyone for watching. So we'll be back. We won't be back next week. Unfortunately, I'm working night shift next week. We'll be back, though, the following week. That is, checking notes, March the 30th. We will be back, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. And we'll be picking up the next part of this session. Next part of this adventure, sorry. And so we will see you all then. Please join us. And so that'll be it. All right. So, and you guys will probably get you another advance, and that'll be veteran rank for you guys. That'll be big boy pants for you guys. So veteran rank's really fun. That's where the game starts stepping up and your abilities get a lot better, and you guys start getting to stretch your legs a lot. You get a lot more character options, and then you guys maybe Spencer will turn 15. I don't know. It'd be neat.
Ooh,
So
Quinceañera.
when are you planning on buying off that Young Edge? We
Probably
talked
for
about that
sure.
once. Huh?
I need to, but I really like that Benny, that extra bonus.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's one of those things. I mean, it is nice, but at the same time, like Arthur ended this session with 3 bennies still. So I mean, it's
Yeah.
yeah,
I still have 2. And
Yeah.
I wasn't forcing him or anything.
yeah. It's just one of those things. Sometimes you like it, sometimes you need it, sometimes you don't. So
Well, as soon as
But-
Levi teaches me how to fucking drive, I'll buy it off. So
Not happening.
yeah.
well, there you go. There you go. All right, so we'll wrap it up here. So we'll call it a night. All right, see you March
All right.
30th, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Bye.
Cool.